What if I told you that the secret to handling toxic people, crushing anxiety, and staying focused in a chaotic world was hiding in the dusty journals of a man who ruled an empire over 2,000 years ago? Marcus Aurelius wasn't just an emperor. He was the CEO of keeping it together when everything was falling apart. He had wars, betrayals, and plagues to deal with. Yet he managed to stay calm, disciplined, and wise, all while wearing a toga. So if he could do all that, what's your excuse when Karen cuts in line at Starbucks? Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and watch till the end to fully grasp how you too can think like a Roman emperor without needing a chariot. Number 1. Mastering the art of inner stillness. Modern life is loud. From endless phone notifications to mental noise triggered by comparing ourselves to Instagram influencers who apparently wake up glowing. We're overstimulated and undercentered. Roman emperors, especially Marcus Aurelius, understood the importance of inner stillness. He believed that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Translation: if your thoughts are chaos, your life will follow. Thinking like a Roman emperor starts with building a fortress inside your mind. Meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence for 10 minutes a day helps reclaim the power of stillness. No, you don't need incense or a Himalayan singing bowl. Just your breath and a commitment to listen inward. Marcus used his meditations not as a flex, but as a tool to remind himself what really matters. The key is to stop letting the outside world control your inner temperature. If someone insults you, you don't need to react like you're auditioning for a reality show. An emperor doesn't scream back, he reflects. You have power over your mind, not outside events, Marcus wrote, which is just a more elegant way of saying, calm down, bro. So next time you're overwhelmed, pause and ask, what would a Roman emperor do? Probably not tweet, probably not panic. Most likely, he'd inhale, observe, and decide like a ruler, not a reactor. Number 2, practicing voluntary discomfort. Let's face it, we've gotten soft. Your coffee is too hot, your Uber is taking too long, and the Wi-Fi is basically unlivable. Meanwhile, Roman emperors literally trained themselves to endure hardship on purpose. Marcus Aurelius would sleep on hard surfaces, eat simple food, and expose himself to discomfort just to strengthen his will. This isn't just ancient masochism, it's preparation. By regularly exposing yourself to small challenges, you build resilience for the bigger ones. Try cold showers, intermittent fasting, or brace yourself, going a full hour without your phone. When you practice self-denial in little ways, you're less likely to fall apart when life actually tests you. Thinking like a Roman emperor means training your mind and body to embrace discomfort as a teacher. Marcus didn't see hardship as something to avoid. He saw it as the gym for his character. So yeah, your boss might be annoying, but Marcus dealt with literal assassins. Perspective, my friend. Humor aside, you'll notice something strange when you start doing this. Life stops feeling so threatening. You've already endured discomfort on your terms. So when it shows up uninvited, you're like, oh, you again? I trained for this. Number 3, seeing obstacles as opportunities. Roman emperors didn't have therapy apps, but they had Stoic philosophy, and it taught them something profound. The obstacle is the way. Marcus Aurelius didn't just coin this, he lived it. Instead of avoiding problems, he leaned into them like a philosophical action hero. Let's say your project fails, you get rejected, or plans fall apart. Thinking like an emperor means asking, how can I grow from this? This shift in mindset is what separates rulers from victims. Life will throw you curveballs. The only thing in your control is whether you use them to level up or lie down. In modern terms, it's about treating every setback as a plot twist, not the end of the story. That flat tire? Opportunity to practice patience. The breakup? Time to rediscover your independence. Got laid off. Plot twist. New chapter begins. It's not just positive thinking. It's radical responsibility. Remember, emperors weren't immune to problems. They were trained by them. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, how is this helping shape the kind of person I want to be? That's not just stoicism, that's power. Number 4, detachment from ego and praise. Here's something we don't like to admit. We all want to be liked. But if you're living for likes, whether on Instagram or in real life, you're handing the keys of your happiness to people who probably don't even know how to parallel park. Roman emperors practiced detachment from praise and criticism alike. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself, fame is fleeting, and applause means nothing if your soul isn't in order. Thinking like a Roman emperor means being deeply rooted in who you are, not how you're perceived. You don't need the world to clap for your existence. You just need to live honorably. This doesn't mean you ignore feedback or walk around like an emotionless robot. It means you don't chase validation like it's a paycheck. When you detach from the need for external approval, you gain something far more valuable: internal freedom. So the next time you feel the urge to post something just to get noticed, ask yourself, would Marcus care about going viral? Probably not. He was too busy conquering his ego and occasionally a barbarian horde. Number 5, living with purpose, not perfection. Thinking like a Roman emperor means living with purpose, not chasing perfection. Marcus had flaws. He got angry. He doubted himself. But he always returned to his core mission: to live wisely, justly, and with courage. That's what made him great. Not flawless decisions, but consistent reflection and intention. You don't have to get everything right. You just have to try to live a little better today than yesterday. That can mean listening more than you speak, staying calm when it's easier to rage, or holding your tongue when gossip comes up at the office. Small victories build a life of meaning. And yes, you'll slip up. You'll binge Netflix when you said you wouldn't. You'll send that snarky text and regret it. But the Stoic path isn't about never falling. It's about always getting back up with wisdom in your pocket and a little less ego in your step. So drop the fantasy of perfection. It's overrated. Aim for progress. Think like an emperor, fallible, focused, and fierce in the face of life's madness. Number 6, control your reactions, not the world. If there's one thing the Roman emperors knew, especially Marcus, it's that you can't control other people. Not your neighbor's barking dog, not your coworker's microwave fish, and definitely not the economy. But you can control your reaction. That's where your real power lies. Marcus Aurelius was emperor of the most powerful empire on earth. Yet he reminded himself daily that external chaos is inevitable. What mattered was his internal response. So when your plans go sideways, or someone cuts you off in traffic while flipping the bird, ask yourself, am I going to lose my cool over this, or choose calm like a philosopher in armor? Reacting emotionally is easy, and honestly, kind of lazy. It's letting the world push your buttons because you never bother to unplug them. Choosing how you respond? That's emperor-level control. It's saying, I don't hand over my peace to every fool with a bad attitude. The more you practice this, the more invincible you become. People start wondering what you're on. You're calm, composed, and not easily rattled. You're not on something, you're just stoic, which, let's be honest, is a way better superpower than invisibility. Number 7, reflect daily like it's a ritual. You brush your teeth daily, hopefully, check your phone religiously, and binge watch episodes like it's a duty. But do you take even 10 minutes to reflect on how you live the day? Marcus Aurelius did, every single night. His meditations wasn't written for us. It was written for him. Reflection was his daily training. To think like a Roman emperor, you have to make reflection a sacred habit. What went well today? What did I mess up? What can I do better tomorrow? You're not looking to punish yourself. You're looking to sharpen your self-awareness, like polishing a sword, one swipe at a time. Reflection is where growth hides. It's easy to repeat the same mistakes when you never slow down and notice them. Marcus wasn't perfect, but he was self-aware. That's what made him wise. He knew that the unexamined life wasn't just unwise, it was unworthy of an emperor. So before you pass out from too much scrolling, grab a notebook or even your phone and ask the hard stuff. Was I proud of how I live today? If the answer is no good, you've got something to improve. If it's yes, even better. Now do it again tomorrow. Number 8, know what you truly control. Let's play a game. What do you actually control? Not the weather, not your friends' opinions, not your Wi-Fi speed. We wish. The Stoics said there are only 2 things truly in your control: your actions and your judgments. Everything else, optional suffering. Roman emperors didn't waste time wishing for things to be different. Marcus Aurelius knew that frustration comes from trying to control what was never yours to begin with. People will be rude. Plans will fall through. Hairlines will recede. The only question is, how will you respond? When you start dividing life into 2 buckets, mine, my effort, my mindset, and not mine, other people, outcomes, you stop pouring energy into what's leaking. You can serve your power for what counts. That's not indifference. That's wisdom. This is freedom in disguise. You stop living like a puppet of your circumstances. And when someone says, you've changed, just smile and say, no, I just stopped stressing over things I can't control. Like your opinion. Number 9, value time like it's gold. If you lost $100, you'd be upset, but lose 3 hours doom scrolling through TikTok, and you barely flinch. Roman emperors would be horrified. Marcus Aurelius said, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Basically, time is your most precious asset. Start acting like it. Thinking like a Roman emperor means treating time as a non-renewable resource. You wouldn't throw money into the trash, so why toss your minutes into activities that don't move you forward, teach you something, or make you laugh? And no, rewatching the same YouTube shorts 5 times doesn't count. Start auditing your hours. What parts of your day are emperor-worthy? What parts are just noise disguised as productivity? You don't need to become a monk, just a bit more intentional. Time wasted isn't just lost, it's stolen from your potential. And here's the truth bomb. You already have enough time. You just might be spending it like you've got infinite lives. Marcus would tell you otherwise. In his world, every sunrise was a chance to get it right, not to waste it arguing online with strangers over pineapple on pizza. Number 10, embrace death to empower life. All right, let's get uncomfortable. You're going to die. Maybe not today, hopefully not tomorrow, but eventually. The Roman emperors didn't run from this. They leaned in. Memento Mori wasn't a goth slogan. It was a Stoic reminder. Remember, you must die. Far from depressing, this was empowering. Why? Because when you remember life has an expiration date, you stop sweating the small stuff. You become less angry, less greedy, and way more grateful. You hug tighter. You say the thing. You pursue your dream. You live now, not someday. Marcus Aurelius wrote, do not act as if you're going to live 10,000 years. Most of us live like we're immortal, putting off meaning, joy, purpose for when we have more time. But emperors knew better. They used death as a compass to live fully and intentionally. So think like a Roman emperor. Keep death on your shoulder, not to fear it, but to fuel you. It's the ultimate life coach. The reminder that there's no replay button. Every moment matters. Even this one, right here, right now. If you made it this far, you're already thinking differently. You're choosing wisdom in a world that worships noise. That makes you rare and kind of dangerous in a good way. So if you haven't yet, smash that like button, subscribe to support this Stoic journey, and share this video with someone who needs to wake up their inner emperor. And remember, life's short, but character lasts forever. See you in the next one.